Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am the inconsequential runner, and what I want to share with you is my shoe of the year. So over this year I've worn a lot of new shoes. Off the top of my head, I wore the Asics Nimbus for the first time, the Tribuco Max, the Nova Blast, the S4, which is only available in Japan, as I understand it, and I was lucky enough to be in Japan. A number of Nikes, the Adidas SL. Anyway, it's a myriad of shoes, and I'm going to share with you my shoe of the year. Now, I don't know if this was a late 2022 shoe. I think it's 2023, but my qualification for shoe of the year is what is the best shoe that I've worn this year, that I've picked up this year? And it is the Superblast from Asics. Look at that beauty. This shoe, look, if you look at a lot of other shoe tubers on YouTube, they have talked about how good this shoe is, and all I can do is confirm that. I picked it up on a number of recommendations that I heard, and my biggest regret is I didn't pick up a second pair while I was in Japan. So, the country I'm in, New Zealand, we've had 3 different colors come in. They have all sold out. There's limited sizing, sizes 5.5, 6, 6.5. But in the size that I need, which is a US 10, everything to the left and the right of that sizing and the pretty standard sizes are all gone. I can't get my hands on this thing. I would love a second pair. Why? So I can wear it back to back on consecutive days. I have a tendency to not wear one shoe for 2 days in a row. I give it a breathing day of a rest. I don't give my legs a rest, but I give the shoes a rest. Okay, let me give you a quick overview about the Superblast shoe and what it meant for me. Okay, firstly, had this shoe now for over 300 kilometers. In terms of the wear, I don't know if you can see that. And if I put it on this angle, in terms of the rubber, the outsole that comes on it, there's the decent outsole, of course, the thickness of the rubber, but also on top of that thickness of the rubber, you've got fine details, and a lot of those fine details are still there. Those are the first things that would get worn off, and they're still sitting there. There is a little bit of wear on some of the exposed midsole, but nothing significant. I think this thing, it looks like it's going to take me to 1,000 kilometers. It feels fantastic underfoot. It does everything I ask of it. If it's a slow, easy run, if I need to pick it up, if I do some intervals, I can do it in the shoe. It comes with Flight Foam Turbo. Flight Foam Turbo in the main part of its midsole, and in the outer part of its midsole, that is Flight Foam FF Blast Plus. So just a denser, harder layer down the bottom. So it does everything. It does everything. If there was one shoe that I was to take to a desert island, this would be the shoe. You can even race in it, and I have done some races in it. Not super serious races because it doesn't have a carbon plate. It is quite stiff though, but it's just such a good shoe for anything from, as I say, easy, slow miles, recovery miles, all the way through to your daily training, through to tempo work. And as I say, look, if I turned up on race day and I'd forgot, my S4s, for example, or my Vaporfly 3s, and I had these, I wouldn't be worried. These things are super comfortable and they are super fast. You do get a lot out of them. That's it. Look, I'm not going to go into too much more detail. What I'll say is the upper, really breathable. The tongue is nice and thin, but it's got some good padding in it. The lockdown is great. The comfort level is fantastic. Good space in the toe box. The laces, they perform a lot better than they feel. They feel flimsy and thin, but they lock down nicely. If you're a fan of the loop at the back, you've got that. I don't think you need it to put it on, because these laces, when you undo your shoe, and some shoes are hard to undo, this thing just pops open. So to just pull through the lace loops and to be able to just get the tongue right out of the way to slide the shoe on and off without pulling on it or stretching it or whatever, really easy to do. Yeah, shoe of the year, fantastic shoe. Flight Foam Blast, Superblast, I'm getting my blasts mixed up. The Superblast. Now I haven't tried the Nova Blast 4, and there's a lot of comparison videos between the two. I can't imagine, with what I've seen in the review videos, that the Superblast, the Nova Blast 4 is as good as the Superblast. Maybe in terms of value, slightly better value, but this thing is the beast. And actually, let's talk about that value just quickly, and let's make this the point we close on. There has been a lot of talk about the high price point for this, but this shoe I think is extraordinary value, and I'll tell you why. Firstly, the ride is magnificent, irrespective of what you do with it, from easy miles all the way through to racing. It will suit. It performs. That's one part. The second part is just the wear, or the lack of it. When I look at this outsole, it's, as I say, the detail on the outsole is still visible after the best part of 300 kilometers. It is phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. This thing is going to go on for ages. So maybe, well, you know, one of the things I do is I do a goodbye video for all of the shoes that I'm about to retire. So there will be a goodbye video for the shoe, and we'll know exactly how many kilometers it goes to, and I'll share that with you. Of course, if you want to stay in the loop with those types of videos, just hit subscribe. You know how it works. Hope that was helpful. It's not a shoe review, but it's me expressing the best shoe of the year, and for me, it is the Asics Superblast. Superb shoe, just wish I had another pair. If you've got a size 10 knocking around, drop me a line. US size 10. All right, take care everybody. Happy New Year. Enjoy this new year running. Take care.